Hi, Sarah. How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you too,
This
Chad.
is awesome. Connecting 101. Well, this is all about you today. We're going to celebrate you on Everyday People. I would like to hear more about the power of our story. And could you tell just a little bit about what that is and what you created?
Yeah, sure. So basically, I lost my dad by suicide, and that haunted me. Like, what did he go through up to making that decision? Like, what does a person feel when they go through that? That is, what got all this started. Fast forward 12 years, 13 years, I decided to go back to school to see, okay, how can I get into that gap where people are suffering in silence, where they would actually feel so hopeless that they would take their life. And I met an Army veteran. He sat next to me in class. And he started sharing his story, and I thought, oh my gosh, we're sending kids off to war with no warm handoff. And again, it's that gap. And then I met, police officers and first responders, and I just felt like if we just take just the very basic human needs of connection, like what if we just got together in groups? And I had facilitated actually some men's group, addicted men, homeless men's groups, and I loved facilitating that. I thought, if you can create family, if you can create an environment where people feel safe, not judged, and loved, then it's just amazing. Everybody has such a different story that you never know what it can hit and inside another person and help free them and help guide them. So that is really kind of, I thought, if we heal and thrive in healthy community, why not start it for our protectors? I don't want this suffering to end up not being used. That's how I felt because I think when I talked to that veteran, I realized how much I had going through that horrible time. I knew how to talk. I always had friends that I would have coffee with. I started book clubs myself. I started what I needed, but I was wired that way. I was trained that way. And what I realized is that our protectors are not. They are very strong. They'll take a bullet. They'll take, they protect us, but they don't know how to protect themselves emotionally usually because that's not what's taught. So I thought, well, what if I just take what's naturally, and plus I'm a mother of 4 boys, so I understand boys and, married for 32 years. So, I understand males maybe a little more than, some other people that are not surrounded by males like that. And but what I loved about the power of our story too is it's not just males; it's males and females. We're very mixed, and but it's just opening that door of safety, of no judgment, of you are human with total respect.
That's amazing.
Right? If somebody breaks a leg, you don't expect them to go run a marathon the next day. It's exactly with post-traumatic injury.
Yeah.
It's not a weakness. You're human, So so it's really kind of getting that change narrative out there, so that people really don't get buried in shame and then spiral down. It's like nothing to be ashamed of.
Exactly
So
right. Sarah, you are a mama bear. 4 boys, and it makes all the sense in the world. I see the claws coming out, and you have built a community. And the coolest thing, what I observe from afar, is how organic it's been. It's been very, I don't know. It just seems very. You're not selling. You're not come join us. You're like, hey, if you want to be connected and feel loved, to come join us. But I just think it's cool, and I think that is what first responders and protectors are always a little guarded about. What are people's intentions? Your intentions are straight on, and I want to celebrate you. So keep up the great work. Thank you for all you do.
thank you so much, Chad. It's an honor to be here. I
All the
appreciate
best.
it.
Keep up the great work, Sarah. We're big fans of yours.
Thank you.